What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the John Squared Game Show, episode 30. I am John Townsend. Joining me is John Rayfield. John, I almost had to call off the show because there was just absolutely no notable news to talk about this week, right?
Nope, not a single thing. Not one big story happened.
Um, yeah, nothing too big. Just like a bajillion dollar transaction in the gaming world.
I think that's
Um,
literally what I wrote in the Google
it,
Drive.
I think I accidentally deleted it when I copied and pasted
You
the
son of a bitch. Oh
Oh
no,
wait,
there it is.
800,000
800,000
trillion
trillion dollars.
dollars.
Yeah.
um, yeah. So obviously we're gonna get into that. But before we do that, John, how was your week?
Oh,
Is your week? It's Wednesday.
it's a week. Not for the audio listeners. It is, and YouTube. It is Friday.
Correct.
Uh, I cannot wait for the weekend. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um.
I'll tell you what. So I know we have a lot to talk about.
No, go ahead.
The mobile betting becoming legal in New York is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I I think I'm cursed.
Hmm.
That game last night, the one I sent you a screenshot. That
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
8 leg parlay. Everything hit except for that one game. And I don't know if you saw the score. The spread was plus 7.5. They lost by 8.
Oh man.
I I had to sit on that all day.
Yeah. No. I wish I could join you in the pain, but I just my household in general has been up.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, no. That's
Pretty
great.
pretty
And
well. We've
I don't remember ever seeing any picks coming my way.
Listen. This is what I you the problem with you is you're trying to pay off your whole house right now. And
I'm trying to make
I'm just trying to
$10 at this
I-
point.
I'm just trying to cover my mortgage for the month and it's been paying off for me that
It
way.
is. I
Um
am only doing today was the first day I didn't just do like I did. No, actually last night I played smart and I won.
yeah.
Then today I played smart with soccer and I won.
Yeah,
And
also you're
now,
betting on sports that I would never fucking bet on, dude. Like I
oh, dude,
absolutely never
hockey,
would.
hockey, I'm a surefire. I'm a fucking
No.
sniper with hockey.
Yeah, not me. Um yeah, well, we got another weekend of playoffs coming up. That's the thing with football.
I
I
thought I did
watch
too.
like 16 hours of football every week during the regular season. I literally just sit on the couch
Yeah.
and watch it all day. So
Did you take
uh,
the Cardinals Rams over?
no, that was one that
You
I could not. So I didn't know how that
that
game was
was
going to play out, and I was correct in not betting on it.
I built every single thing I had off of that one thing. So I said that's a surefire.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't think so. All right, enough about
Glad I got
sports
your insight.
betting. Uh, we're gonna get into the news, but before that, I'd like to remind you guys that we launched our Patreon last week. Um, currently, so one of the benefits is a weekly shout out for the highest. I believe it was a horny god or goddess, and that is my brother Zach Townsend. Shout out to you. I love my brother. I love him dearly. He is, day one. He supports. Um, but right, he's the only active Patreon right now, and you're gonna give him a free
Listen,
$25 gift card if you guys don't join,
you see this
because
face?
look at her.
This face gets no treats. We can't afford them without Patreon.
Um,
You tell them.
s- Zach gets a shout out for being the highest tier of the Patreon, but we do have other options. The first tier is $2, and you for $2 you get one entry into the $25 giveaway. That's going to be starting in February. Also, starting in February, we're picking back up the book club, and we're going to be doing a Patreon exclusive book club episode. So that's what the $2 gets you, the one entry and then the book club. The next tier up is $5. That's going to get you five entries, the book club, and starting in February again, we will be having a mailbag segment on the show that you'll be able to write in with questions or whatever that a topic that you kind of want us to discuss. Um, and then the $10, which is the highest one that we're offering right now, where you get weekly shout outs on the show, 10 um, entries into the giveaway, and every other benefit that's in there. And that's just where we are right now. We're going to be obviously looking to add more stuff and potentially higher tiers or whatever as this thing grows. But that's where we are right now. Um, Nick, I just said that the person who gets a shout out is the highest tier, and so obviously it's Zach. Um, so yeah, we appreciate anything you possibly or any whatever way you want to support us. If you don't want to give us any money, okay, cool. But what you can do for free is go on to YouTube, like, subscribe, go on Twitch, follow us, leave a review on any podcast service that you listen to. We'd appreciate it. Yeah, so thank you guys. Now we're going to jump into the news. There's just the obviously we're going to be covering this mostly. There are other smaller news stories that I just feel like
Insignificant compared to this at this
yeah,
point.
it just doesn't even feel right to talk about it. It just feel weird. So we're going to cover this and then we're going to jump into the topic of the show later on. But if you guys are living under a rock, um, I mean, that'd be the only way you miss this. This is everywhere. This is on, it's not even just gaming news at this point. This is transcended. We thought the Bethesda deal was big for Microsoft, but yesterday morning, news broke that Microsoft is acquiring Activision Blizzard and King for $70 billion. Actually, I believe the exact number is like
70.
67.8. It's like
Yeah.
60, somewhere around there, but roughly
I've been
$70
seeing
billion.
six,
dollars.
so
Um,
about right.
so I just I'm still tired when I get to work. I'm like rubbing my eyes still, and I open up Twitter. I scroll down and it says breaking, and I'm not expecting anything like huge. It was Jason Schreier's tweet that I saw first, and I was like, "This is not real." I thought it was like a Barry
Prank.
McCocken or a Twitter. I clicked on it. I saw the check mark, and I was like, "This is
Yeah.
actually he's getting hacked." Then a minute later, Xbox tweeted it out. Um, so before I jump into some of the quotes from the Xbox article, I know we've talked a little bit about this, but I just want our first impressions. Like, what were we thinking when we first saw this news?
What is yours?
Um,
'Cause I think we've talked about it enough to where you know where I stand.
yeah, so I was just in shock. Um, and in something that's really hard for myself and I think a lot of other people to do is think about and it's not even necessarily our responsibility to be thinking about this. It's just obviously we're covering games now and we are interested in the consumer trends and stuff like that. That's what we're
Yeah.
doing now. At first it's like as someone who owns is a part of every platform possible except for VR. But I think this is a great value for me. And so for me, I only am going to reap the benefits of this. And then you have to take a step back in our position and realize that people who are on PlayStation only are potentially going to be alienated um, from and because COD sells is the top selling PlayStation game every single year. Even Vanguard in a down year is still was the top seller. So it
Yeah.
and the marketing with PlayStation and stuff over the last generation where it with Xbox 360, Call of Duty, their marketing and their, you would get DLC maps like a month before. I don't know the exact timing, but they were tight with Microsoft. And then when Microsoft botched Xbox One, COD jumped ship to PlayStation, and then it was all the marketing and stuff was behind PlayStation, and that is, it seemed like it was carrying over into this generation where the Vanguard, when you saw it, was like the PlayStation logo would come up first, and then the Call of Duty, the Vanguard thing would play. It was like almost synonymous with PlayStation. So the the community, the Call of Duty community, is huge on PlayStation, and
Yeah.
now, and we don't know for sure. Be, I know that we look at Bethesda and say, "Duh." You don't pay $70 billion to just keep everything the exact same way it is.
Yeah.
So there is going to be some exclusivity or exclusive benefits for Game Pass or Xbox users in general. Now, on the flip side of this, that is obviously the negative. On the flip side, I thought it's it's a weird situation because it's Activision Blizzard. It's because the controversy and how shitty the upper management has been there. I felt happy for the workers there who are probably feeling liberated now, you know, about the Bobby Kotick. We're going to talk about this a little later. There's just so much. There's so much
Yeah.
fallout from this, but Bobby Kotick most likely is gone after this goes through. Um, so and Xbox's culture has been so good, so it's almost you can't help but think that they're going to be trying to um, fix the culture that Activision Blizzard, the problems that they've had. So there's so many positives, but there obviously is like the big elephant in the room, the negative aspect to it, just like there was with Bethesda.
And that's sort of where I stand. Is the glaring negative. Because when I first saw this, I said to you, this is going to be incredible for the developers and stuff. But on the flip side, this is awful for the industry. Because now it puts, if you look at it from like a business standpoint, it puts Sony in a bad position.
Well,
Because
that's the
now it's like
goal.
they
That's
either,
Microsoft's goal,
well,
right?
but that's Microsoft's big thing is we just want what is it, gamers to play games, you know? We don't care about consoles. We just want gamers to play video games and have accessibility to all video games. And now you just slice right through that. You're putting Sony in a position where it's like you either work with us openly and entirely, or you lose out on these games. Those are your options.
Yeah, and it's just crazy because
And that's not right.
the conversation with like when Halo came out, um there were talks about like does PlayStation need a first person shooter, and the solution that they have is just partnering with Call of Duty. They didn't need it. It was,
And
we don't need a Halo counterpart. We have Call of Duty. It's like, well, now you don't,
well, that's the
potentially.
thing is like I think Warzone's staying no matter what. That's never going anywhere. That'll be, but Call of Duty might become exclusive. The language in the thing that the thing they sent out when they announced it
Yeah, I'm gonna read some of
was
this now. I'll read some of this. And the what you're gonna quote is a part of this. So
yeah.
this is from this will be linked into the YouTube description. It's straight on the Xbox website, the news section. And then we have another article further down from Video Games Chronicle. But for right now, this is coming from Xbox Wire, and this is from Phil Spencer himself. It says, as a team, we are on a mission to extend the joy and community of gaming to everyone on this planet. We all know that gaming is the most vibrant and dynamic form of entertainment worldwide, and we've experienced the power of social connection and friendship that gaming makes possible. As we pursue that mission, it is incredibly exciting to announce that Microsoft has agreed to acquire Activision Blizzard. Until this transaction closes, Activision Blizzard and Microsoft Gaming will continue to operate independently, Once the deal is complete, Activision Blizzard business will report to me as CEO, Microsoft Gaming. Again, Phil Spencer. Upon close, we will offer as many Activision Blizzard games as possible or as we can within Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass, both new titles and games from Activision Blizzard's incredible catalog. We also okay, so actually that's where I kind of want to stop. The next one is
Yeah.
so
And that's the point I was going to make is that language is exactly what they use with Bethesda. And then they announced shortly after that all new titles going forward will be on they'll be Xbox exclusive.
right. So
That I
what
think that the games like uh what is it? Oh, what is the big one? World of Warcraft, that'll stay the way it is. It'll be more accessible probably because it'll be at least the base versions of some things will probably be available on Game Pass. That's whatever. But you look at like the Call of Duty titles. So like if this happened and Vanguard didn't come out until like next year, Vanguard would probably be an exclusive. And
so we're
that
we're
is
we're just talking there's going to be a Call of Duty
there's gonna
game
be one
this
next
year.
year.
Yeah.
Well, that yeah, I guess we're technically in next year from what my where my head is at.
Yeah.
But like yeah, there's gonna whatever the next one is that's gonna be exclusive. And that's not fair.
So I don't think
Not
it's going to
right.
be
I think they'll
we're
get it like
we're
a month early.
we're looking at 2023 when this deal actually closes. I
Yeah, and at
think
that point,
Modern Warfare that's coming out this year. I believe that's what it's just rumor, but you know how Call of Duty like it leaks 6 months
so
before.
my thought was actually I think that is going to get pushed. It's going to get delayed slightly into next year, and that'll be the first exclusive.
I don't think so. I don't think there's a chance.
I,
Um,
they're going to use this as an excuse. The merger kind of threw things off a little bit, and it got pushed because it wouldn't be coming out until the fall, anyways.
there is not a thing in this world that can stop Activision Blizzard from releasing a Call of Duty game every single year. Actually, there was talk that Modern Warfare was going to be released months earlier because of the downward trend in Vanguard sales. Obviously, this is speculation, but and and they somewhere else it was Bobby Kotick said that any existing like contracts are going to be honored. I have to imagine that the PlayStation contract is still intact right now, until that
Right now.
acquisition. Right. And
But so my thing is once Xbox owns it, once it's official, everything, everything's signed and done. All those contracts go out the window and have to be renegotiated. And I think Xbox is going to play hardball because their idea is to get Game Pass in some form on PlayStation consoles.
yeah, I don't know. I think that I agree that Call of Duty is going to be exclusive. The annual title is going to be exclusive to Game Pass or Xbox platforms and PC, obviously. But that won't be until the 2024 Call of Duty. Um, Obviously, I do think, like you said, Warzone will remain on PlayStation because it's an existing platform, and they've kind of made that clear that they want to keep that there. Um, so this is the exact quote that we had from him was Activision Blizzard games are enjoyed on a variety of platforms, and we plan to continue to support those communities moving forward. So that's obviously you got to imagine that's Warzone.
I well that World of Warcraft definitely. I think those two are staying everywhere. But you also have to
Isn't it
understand there's a
only on that's a PC game anyways?
yeah, but they'll probably put it on Xbox or Game Pass or PC.
Mm-hmm.
I I could see that, being part of it. But the other games is like, what is it? Overwatch.
Right.
And they could even with something like this, I mean, no, they can't, never mind. But Overwatch is big, especially in like competitions. Call of Duty, massive, especially in competitions.
Yeah.
And now you're cutting that off. You can only be an Xbox player.
or obviously PC.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see. So one of the things that I kind of wanted to touch on is the like the what's the word for this? Just the amount of players playing at one time. You're essentially cutting that out. So what does that do for the health of the player base? You know, obviously, you're not gonna have a problem loading into a game or whatever, but you're limiting. I know a lot of console players don't like to play with PC players. If you cut everything out, where Xbox players are only playing with Xbox players, you're eliminating a large part of that community. So, um, yeah, there's so
This
much to talk about here.
to me, this is bad. I like I said, this is incredible for the people that work at Activision Blizzard who have been fighting for change. Every other aspect, awful. I don't like it. We talked about this before. I think studio acquisitions need to stop.
Yeah,
Ones of this scale, I didn't expect something of this fucking scale to
right,
happen. This is
right,
insane.
yeah,
And this makes it all the all the more worse. That's not correct. It makes it that much worse
yeah.
because you look at the price of like EA or like Ubisoft or uh what's another one?
Take two. I
That's what I was
saw,
gonna say, but I
Square
couldn't remember.
Enix.
Square Enix was just like dirt cheap comparatively, but like these ones can be also bought up. And Nintendo, for how fucking shitty they are as a company, they could have bought Square Enix. That would have been the perfect fit for them. But they know better. They know they're going to sell Square Enix games no matter what.
Yeah. Uh,
Now you're looking at a world where like Sony might try to make a deal where they buy them.
that's another thing. Do we think Sony has to retaliate?
I think if Sony doesn't start buying up studios, they're going to be out of games to play. They're going to have their studios that are still going to make great games,
The best
but
games.
they're going to be very limited. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where the issue is.
Yeah. I don't think that they don't need to answer with an acquisition. I think a
No,
lot of like fanboys want them to just so they have something to kind of brag about. Um
I
but
don't think this is worth bragging about at all. Even if you're an Xbox fan, this is awful for the games industry.
well, if you're an Xbox fan, you only have reason to be excited. You're getting some, if especially if you were a Call of Duty player before, you're getting better value. It's all included in Game Pass. Like if you're an Xbox gamer, like yeah, that there's no reason for you for it's not the consumer responsibility to figure out what's bad for the industry. So
I wish
yeah,
I wish
yeah.
more consumers would because it would stop things like this from happening.
Um yeah. I don't so like I said, I don't think PlayStation needs to respond with an acquisition. Um if the only thing that I fear is that if they don't acquire Square Enix or if they don't acquire another studio, when is Microsoft going to be satisfied? Like when is enough with them? Now it's weird. We were talking last week about Ubisoft and how massive Ubisoft would be. This is bigger. This is bigger than that.
Yeah,
So when is enough for Microsoft? Like when is
I and that's the
will
issue
they
I'm
ever
having is
stop?
like Bethesda should have been enough because you have working relationships with all these other companies. Bethesda should have been it. But now you're buying up Activision Blizzard, and there's rumors that EA is next. And it's like if you that's too much. That is way too much. Could you imagine them taking Madden too?
Yeah, I so some an interesting part that I really know nothing about is I saw Jason Schreier on Twitter talking about how they would have to look into this being a monopoly, and I guess it's
Yeah,
not their yet.
I
It's
think it's
close.
technically considered an oligopoly, where there's like a couple different
Yeah,
like heads. It's basically Cerberus. It's three different heads, and they control
everything.
the market. But it's
Yeah.
like Microsoft is the biggest head, and it's just taking a piece of.
For
I can't talk.
for
I'm
consoles.
so frustrated that I can't talk. It's taking like piece after piece out of the other two heads,
Um,
and it's too much. This is awful.
in terms of like console gaming, yeah, but in turn like Tencent is just far and away in with video games like and and so technically even after this acquisition, Sony still is above them in terms of you that was a thing that I sent you. Um they said it in the article actually that they were third in terms of revenue streams. After
Xbox was,
yeah, it was Tencent, Sony, then Xbox after the acquisition. That was Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer said that. Um,
but like I don't know. That's a reason to buy up every video game studio.
so I
You know what I
like
mean?
the thing is, it's Phil Spencer's job to build value for Game Pass. I just I don't. Obviously it's just like capitalism. Like we have more money than you, so we're gonna do this. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of all we know for now. Um, this I wanted to talk about. Okay, so next I want to talk about um Call of Duty moving forward. We obviously touched on it that I think we both agree that it's going to be an Xbox exclusive at some point in the future, the main annual Call of Duty games. The
Yeah.
positive side of this is the potential for we have Tony Hawk's Underground or sorry Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remakes, Crash Bandicoot 4. The studios that made these games who like they wanted to work on other projects, they're like, great, you did your little game. Now you're helping with Call of Duty again. So you have
Yeah.
all these studios that are just forced to work on Call of Duty games. The way Phil Spencer has been talking about this and the way he's talked about his studios, Xbox game studios in general, leads me to believe that he will allow these studios to make another Crash Bandicoot game, another Tony Hawk game. They'll be able to do things that they want to do, and maybe back off of the annual Call of Duty.
That's what I
Maybe
was just
it's
gonna
every
say.
2 years. Like
Yep. You're going
um,
to have a portion of the fan base that gets really upset that they're not annual anymore. But I think that's what's best. I
yeah.
think taking a year off. That's why I said if they delay it, that makes sense to me.
Well,
Because I
you go ahead? Go ahead. Sorry.
the yearly release is just it's too much. You're forcing out bad content that's unfinished early just so you can make a profit. And you look at Vanguard, which sold well, all Call of Duties do, but like it didn't sell nearly as well as it should have, or as they were expecting it to.
So what I was gonna say, you would agree that Call of Duty year after year has had a downward trend in quality.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We are getting to this point where like our entire group, we bought Cold War all together. This year, three of us did, two of us were out. It was gonna get to a point where we're just like, fuck this. I mean, and I regret buying Vanguard. I bought that game and I hate it. um,
I
I
told you you
didn't
shouldn't buy it.
I liked it at first just because it was new and exciting, and I obviously suffer from like hype biasness. Um, but the quality is just not there like it
No.
was with even Modern Warfare a couple years ago. So I think that would be really great for Call of Duty to be, every 2 or 3 years. Obviously, that's a huge loss. You're paying $70 billion to not sell 30 million copies of Call of Duty every year. It's
But like at the same time, you'll sell more if five separate smaller like they can focus on five games instead of just one every year.
no, you're not going to be selling as much because it's just going to be on Game Pass. Like that. That's what I have to keep reminding myself is that this is just it's going to be value added
But do
into
you
Game
think
Pass.
everything is going to be day one?
Yes, I do. I absolutely do. That now that Activision Blizzard is, I mean, the publisher, but Infinity Ward and Treyarch and Ravensoft are all first party the Xbox studio games or whatever studios. So it and Microsoft is kind of or Xbox and Microsoft have promised that their studio games are day and date on Game Pass. So if they were to be like, well, just
Not these
but
ones.
Call of Duty, yeah, we still want you to pay full price for these. I don't think that would go over too well. And
I
they would get a lot of heat for it, in my opinion.
Do you think it was just a decision by 343 to make the battle pass for Halo the way it is, or do you think that was a decision they made because of what Microsoft wanted out of Halo?
I think that they wanted to try and do something different, and they have never had experience in a battle pass style before, um, and that's why they were so willing to change it. And
Change it.
well,
That's
I
what I
mean,
was.
it
My
hasn't been
thought was
changed
like,
directly yet, but it's going to be.
no, yeah, it's got a couple months for it, does it? But like, that's what I was thinking. Like, could you imagine a Call of Duty Battle Pass that requires you to pay that much money
Yeah, well, the prices did drop. They did lower prices starting this week. There
for
are,
Halo?
yeah.
Let's go.
Um, so yeah, they're making progress there, but yeah, I think it's obvious that if we get a Crash 5 or a Spyro or a Tony Hawk, that's exclusive to Xbox, day to day on Game Pass. Um,
I want to play Tony Hawk on PlayStation. I know it's
feels
just
it
like a
feels
personal
right.
thing, but
Yeah, it feels right that
yeah.
way, doesn't it?
Same with Spyro, dude. I can't see Spyro on Xbox. That just doesn't make sense to me.
That's so funny because that was Spyro and Crash were like the OG PlayStation mascots,
Yeah.
and now they're Xbox properties.
I would like God, I don't like that. Don't say that again.
It, it's just the
I
truth.
would like to see I would like to see them make a deal just on Activision Blizzard. I don't if they want to keep Bethesda completely exclusive, that whatever. I would like to see them make a deal on Activision Blizzard. Or at least Activision games on PlayStation. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would be nice.
Yeah. And who knows? What we could be wrong here. We're obviously just speculating right now. This isn't
I
like
hope I
fact or
am.
known. But just if we look at history, just last year with Bethesda, um, yeah, it
But I mean,
seems pretty
it
obvious.
the outrage that came from that, well, the immediate outrage, like a week after, was pretty bad. You'd think that they wouldn't do the same thing again to something that I would consider way bigger, like 10 to 20 times bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just have to see in terms of more announcements. It doesn't seem like Phil Spencer or anybody at Xbox wants to be any more clear on what they're saying. This is a whole lot of should we want to do this. We'll try. Like we plan on. It's not like
I
yes,
think
you have nothing to
thing
worry
we're
about.
next thing we're gonna probably talk about is Bitch Boy Bobby.
Yeah, we're saving him to the
Uh
end. We got one more thing,
oh, okay.
and this is just a
So I was
minor,
gonna say
almost just a
that
caveat that I want to throw in.
yeah, I mean I was just gonna say before we because I don't want to get into it yet. But like that's another thing that they kind of left up in the air in a weird way that I did not like.
Yeah. we'll get to them in just a second. Um, so the next thing, the second from last thing that I want to touch on is uh Game Pass. So they announced in the same article that Game Pass subscribers have now reached 25 million. Um, and last week, one of my predictions was that it was going to be what, 35 million?
Think so.
Well, duh. Now,
Yeah.
now it seems like I lowballed. Um, I just was including Bethesda. It's like once Starfield hits, there's 10 million people who are going to want to play this. Like, duh. Like now, it's probably going to be pushing 40 when a Call of Duty drops that is on Game Pass day one. I can't even imagine. I mean, this thing's gonna be crazy. So the question I have with that is obviously this is great. This is great for Xbox that they have that, and Game Pass is still obviously the best deal in gaming. Do you think that we're going to be seeing an increase in price on Game
Yeah.
Pass?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's for Ultimate. It's what, 15. For normal, it's 10.
Yes.
I definitely see that going up $5 each.
It's the thing that I struggle with is that I know that they were looking at games with gold, or not just Xbox Live gold, and I think they were looking at potentially doing away with it and moving
Yeah.
to a Game Pass only world. So that would kind of make Ultimate pointless. So I do think that the base price will be $15.
In that case, 15 for Game Pass, and then $20 gets you Game Pass with like Ubisoft Plus and shit.
Right. So it's weird because you think the more value that they add, the more you have to charge. Like you just paid $70 billion for this publisher. Like you have to,
But
and I know long term they're planning on making this up, but like
so
I haven't read any concrete news that Game Pass has been profitable yet. So yeah, I think it has to go up. I don't know if it's going to be a full $5. I could see it like I
so as of this month, Microsoft has a market cap of 2.29 trillion. So to pay 68 billion is like if you or I paid $5.
uh maybe a little more than that. I
All
don't
right, we
know.
paid $100.
Uh, um but that's just for a sub part of their entire, like Microsoft isn't just gaming. Like Microsoft is
Right, but what
so many things.
the idea that I think I guess I'm getting at is like Microsoft as a whole would not be letting Xbox division buy these kind of things if they were worried about losing money on stuff like that. They could charge they might up Game Pass to 20 and then like that's it. You know what I mean? They don't care about losing money on it because I mean, the company as a whole is still gonna be profitable.
I think
Xbox is still gonna be profitable.
I think $20 a month is too much.
Yeah, I'm not saying I disagree, but I could see a price hike. I don't see them just saying, "Yeah, you get
Yeah,
15, we're also adding the $68 billion investment."
right. So the thing is, I personally think that there's value enough for me for Game Pass for $20 a month, but for 25 million people, I don't think there's any way. I think that would go down. So that'll be interesting to see what Game Pass evolves
I
into. If they hold this price, that is incredible, dude. That is
if
absolutely incredible.
they up it, I me personally, I'm seriously considering ending it.
Yeah, for me, I there's no way I could. Um, now that I'm already so like and that's just like the games I play and the um like just my gaming habits, like I'm so invested in that. So like they have me, but I am as we've noted before, I am not the common gaming consumer. I'm not,
Yeah.
I not every not there's no way to say this without sounding like a fucking dick, but not everyone owns a PS5 and Xbox Series X and a gaming laptop with the RTX card and stuff. It's like I
Yeah.
not most people have one console and that's it. Um, and most people don't want to spend more than whatever $10 a month, $15 a month on video games. And so
Oh yeah.
or they just can't, they don't have the means for it. So yeah, I
Well, and that's it would honestly come down to like I don't as it stands right now, I play Halo and then once in a while if they add like Mass Effect to
yeah,
Game Pass, I'll play that. Other than that, I don't really use it. So to up that $5 just because they want to add Call of Duty, which I probably still wouldn't play, like it wouldn't be it for me. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I feel like that's
yeah,
I don't want to speak for the majority, but I feel like that's the thing. You're upping $5 so people might play Call of Duty or might play Overwatch or might play whatever else.
yeah. Well, yeah. It'll just be it would be wild to me if they maintain the price. Not even that I'm like predicting a price increase, but yeah. So last finally we're getting through it. I mean, this is why we are only talking about this as the news this week. Um, Bobby Kotick. Um, so this is from VGC, Video Games Chronicle. It says, according to Wall Street Journal, sources said to be familiar with the plans, Kotick is expected to leave once the deal closes. A proxy statement filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission last year confirms that Kotick is the sole Activision Blizzard executive to hold change of control protection that would reward him financially in the event that he is replaced following a takeover. Should he be terminated following Microsoft's acquisition, Kotick could be in line to receive hundreds of $1 million.
Yep.
So it sounds like he's out.
Well,
But the question that I have for you is him being kicked out along with hundreds of millions of dollars good enough? Is that justice
no,
for
because
okay?
there's still a full board that was supporting him. I my thing is this is why I was kind of I don't know how to go about this. I don't necessarily think he's gone. I think he will get the standard like football firing their GM move where he gets like sidestepped. He gets like a demotion or a fake position within the company. Or he gets a spot on the board and it'll all just be kept very, very like no one will make any announcements. I don't see him leaving. And this stems not just from like from a business standpoint where he's made them so much money that even the board's like, yeah, we're not doing this. We're not getting rid of him. We're not even considering it. But like I if Xbox had such a problem with him and his behavior and the way Activision was handling it, like they said they did when they made their statement 2 months ago, they would have stopped carrying their games if it really, really got to them that much. No,
It's
exactly,
not
but
as easy as that.
they didn't because of profit, and that's what it comes down to. So I could see him as much as he shouldn't be, and that entire board should be fucking replaced. I could see them all keeping their jobs.
Well, at the end of the day, they'll all be answering to Phil Spencer anyways. That I mean,
Yeah, but
he's
that
the
doesn't change the fact that they're salaried employees who have done the awful things they've done.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like the hope is that he is going to clean up any of that bullshit. Um,
My guess is what they're gonna do is because Phil Spencer said something about like, well, now they have to adhere to our like work
right.
environment and stuff.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna wait for him to fuck up and then fire him, and then like have cause to fire him so he
Well,
doesn't get
shit.
paid.
I mean, this he's in the black book for Epstein. So that
But
shit that
that's all shit that happens before the acquisition, and it would have to
I,
be after the acquisition. And
yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, like,
oh no,
there's
he is a grade A piece of shit. He
right,
is an
right.
awful human being.
Um, I just, so I in the world where this acquisition goes through and that he's let go, he gets sent home with whatever amount of millions of dollars. Like, does that leave a bad taste in your mouth? That okay,
Yeah.
fine, we're finally getting rid of him. He's gonna take $100 million home, hundreds of millions of dollars, whatever the number is. Is that good enough?
No. Like I said before, the board's still in place. If you're
I'm
willing to cut
saying
your ties
for
with him,
Bobby Kotick only. Like I'm like
well, but that's you can't just talk about him when that culture is accepted by the people that are keeping him in power. It's not just him that's right, it's all of them.
yeah, I but he is the CEO. Like and he's
And they're
the
the ones
look.
that kept him in charge as CEO. So like that, and I'm not doing it just for the sake of argument, but like he's not the only problem. The people
Yeah.
that appointed him to that position and want to keep him in that position are also the problem. And if they're not gone too, then what's to say someone else doesn't get put in that position that is just as awful?
Yeah, and I don't know what the contract is with those people, with the board and stuff. Like the contract for Bobby Kotick is he is the
Yeah.
sole, like he has a contract where if you get rid of him, he's walking away with a huge chunk of money.
And
So,
that's sort of the issue of this whole thing is, are you willing to take that hit immediately? Where you're going to pay out 100 millions at least to him, plus whatever you have to pay the board to get rid of them, or are you just going to quietly push them all to the back?
do you have to pay the like that's the what I don't like I don't know how that what that looks like with them. But my and this is a big, just the way Phil Spencer talks. It's going to come time when this happens. It's going to come like the time is going to come where he's going to have to show the actions that he's going to have to follow up the
Yeah.
words that he said with actions where they don't tolerate this shit and that their environment for their studios that this is not something that is going to be accepted. So
And that's the thing. He either has to take a huge hit to his public image or tell his bosses, hey, we got to pay this asshole, let's say $300 million. And that's not an easy thing for him to do.
yeah.
I mean, there's a right answer and a wrong answer to that, but it's not easy.
Yeah, to me at the end of the day, if as long as he's gone, like he's already a fucking billionaire. Like obviously it sucks. Obviously him walking away with money after doing the things that he's done and allowed the things that he's done and create like allowing the culture to exist and contributing to it. It's not justice, but at least he's fucking gone, and at least we can hope we have some kind of hope that it will be better for the developers there. And if that's what it takes, I'm glad I'm not paying the hundreds of millions of dollars. But if that's what it takes, yeah, at
Yeah,
least
and
he's fucking gone.
in a perfect world, and like the ideal situation is that him, the board, every person that's buried this, all that shit, they're all gone.
Yeah,
And whatever payment you got to make it. Sign the check, get them all out, start over.
yeah,
And in a capitalistic view of it, which is, how we operate here in the good old US of A, I could see them doing whatever they have to save that hundreds of millions and
yeah.
let his contract run out.
Right. Um. All right, let's get off this for now. Obviously, there's going to be more news coming about this in the following weeks, months, year.
Yeah.
We'll be keeping everyone updated. But yeah, just absolutely fucking seismic shift in video games. This is
Yep.
not.
We gotta
This
have
is
someone go through our video from the first time we talked about the controversies at Activision Blizzard up until today, and just compile them into one
and
long
studio
thing.
acquisitions.
Oh my god.
All right, John.
Yeah.
What you been playing?
I literally just got done with the mission Mass Effect 2. While your power was out, I was gaming.
Nice. Me too, but I was playing Retro Ball on my phone.
Oh, okay, there you go. That's
Um,
honestly that's all I've been playing. I
Mass
haven't watched
Effect.
any TV. Yeah,
Nice.
just been playing Mass Effect. I Mass Effect 2 so far for me has been like one of those games where I'm at the end game segment kinda, like the beginning of the end game stuff,
Yeah.
and like I'm starting to do all the side missions because I don't want to be done with it.
Um, is I've been playing Mass Effect 1. I've still been,
Yeah.
chugging along, and like I feel the urge to just rush through it because I really want to get to 2 and 3. But
Uh,
whenever they call you back to the Citadel for potential side missions and stuff, I'm like, I want to get as much of the full experience as I can. But I'm just not like there comes a time where when I'm shooting things, I'm like, this is just not really fun right now.
well, I can say the enemies into uh they have good footwork. Like in Mass Effect 1 when you're shooting someone, they're on a rope, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
When you're shooting someone in Mass Effect 2, they might stutter step you to the right and then you got to
that's
adjust like
sick. Yeah.
it's not on purpose. I think it's like I've experienced more glitches and bugs in 2 than I have in 1.
Wow.
Like that
Wow.
doesn't take away from it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, even when I just did a mission where I am um it's this like this colony, this setup, and there are these like dead things that are like I don't know if they're dead, but there's like that big like alien thing that is just like like allowing these things that were just like they look like zombies, but they are
Yeah,
attacking you.
gray.
Yeah. Um
Wait, you might be really early into it. Did you like just meet Ashley?
no.
Oh, okay.
No. That was so that when you become a specter,
Yeah,
um
that's what I was thinking of is
you get
that
sent
first mission.
off you get sent off to three you have three different things. That's the last one that I did. There's three different things that you have to go do after becoming a specter, and that's the third thing that I did. Because you
Okay.
get to do it in whatever order.
Yeah.
But and I was just so I was shooting these things over and over again, and I'm like, this just isn't that fun to me right now. But the reason I wanted to keep going is because I want to see where the story goes, and I want to. I feel like I've spent so many more. There was been a lot of times where in video games where you have dialogue trees where they allow you to like uh when you're talking to somebody, one of the options is I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed now, I
Yep.
don't want to talk anymore. And a lot of times I would like click that because I was just like, all right, this dialogue is not interesting enough. But this game, it's
You
this
can't.
you I want to keep finding more out about like I was talking to Ashley's racist ass, and talking with her about her family and stuff, and the story about her sister and stuff like that, where
And then
um
so that's the thing where like they try to almost like justify her racism. Like you start hearing about like her parents and or her dad
yeah, yeah, I feel like it's them making fun of uh
racist.
well, I was gonna say Republicans, but same thing, I guess.
This was
um
2007 though, so you know.
Shit, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, but yeah,
Too
there's
late
a
now.
couple times where they are it feels like they are taking little digs at whatever social issues and stuff, and I was like, did this change, like did in 2005 or 7 whenever this came out, like did they like actually it was did the dialogue change at all, or does this just hold up really well?
There's a line in 2 and it's like a throwaway line. I don't think it's a spoiler or anything. But Shepard it gets really meta. And Shepard's like, "You remember when we could just throw Omnigel on all of our biggest problems and it'd fix it?" But
That's
like
really
it
funny.
the the second one is a lot more um engaging. The character there's a lot more characters and all of them are like I don't I'm trying not to say too much. There's a lot more personality behind it.
Hmm.
I can see why 2 is so loved.
Yeah. Uh, Real quick, who was your main? party squad in Mass Effect 1?
Uh, ooh. Garrus and usually Ashley. Towards the end, I started switching her out, but mostly Ashley and Garrus. Just because
Yeah.
I'm a charge in, start fighting, and
Yeah,
I
I
like to
got
hack
Garrison
stuff.
Rex.
Okay,
Yeah, big boy. We're
Rex is fucking funny.
yeah, he's really good. Yeah, I've been really enjoying it so far. I played a little bit more Metroid Dread. I think I'm like really close to the end of that game, and I've spent a lot of time going back and leveling myself up because I'm not good enough to fight the bosses at the if you just follow straight along with the story and stuff. I need the extra upgrades. That game gets really fucking hard, dude. But it's been
That's
really
why
fun.
I'm glad I don't play it.
And then Halo, obviously. Um,
Oh, I haven't played any Halo except for like Friday. I haven't
yeah.
played since.
Um, well, a game that we will be talking about next week is our first game up on our topic. So, for the topic of the show, this is going to be a
Good for
very
you.
long episode. Um, Topic of the show is going to be if you guys remember a few months after we started this, we did it. It was like actually it was like one of our first episodes, maybe. It was a really fun one that we did where we went through the games coming out for the second half of 2021 and gave our excitement levels in our own trademarked
Horny meter.
copyrighted horny meter. So for those of you who don't know, our horny meter, we're going to go through the games, we're going to list it. Then we are going to give our horny meter, which ranges from fully torqued, which is like we are rock solid, crazy hard, excited for it. Number two is just erect. You know, you're ready. I'm hyped. I'm ready to go. Then we got half chub, where you're like, you know, I'm I might be interested. It's intriguing. Then you got a quarter chub where you're like, I'm probably out, but I'm feeling something a little weird that I don't know why I'm feeling like this. You might be ashamed to admit it. Um, and then there's flaccid, obviously, where you're just like, no
There.
fucking thanks.
So there's five.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no,
It it
I'm currently drawing a horny meter because I forgot to make one.
yeah,
I don't know how to
so
spell torque. Torque.
I think it's like Torqued. I that's what I
Oh
want to
yeah,
say.
no, I'm just taking a shot in the dark here. What is it? So it's flaccid.
Quarter chub.
Quarter
I was correct. It was
chub.
Qued. Half chub.
Half Nick chub.
Erect.
And then fully torqued.
And then
Okay.
fully torqued.
I don't know if this
Um,
is gonna show up on camera.
a little
That
difficult
was a
to
waste
read.
of my time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the back of the wiener envelope.
First up, a game that is coming out tomorrow for the chat right now, yesterday for audio and YouTube listeners. Rainbow Six Extraction coming out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Stadia, PC, and PC, and Game Pass. So,
Should
like I
need that
said,
envelope.
January 20th. John, where you at with this one?
Man, I don't know. Quarter chub.
Quarter.
I really don't care about it. I've been trying not to say that to you because I know that you're kind of you want to try it. I just don't care. I don't like Rainbow Six. It's not my game. Never has been.
Yeah, so I'm not like full blown like I've been waiting for January 20th. And if I'm being honest, if it wasn't on Game Pass, I'd probably be waiting for to watch some reviews and stuff like that for it. I'd go half for me.
If it wasn't on Game Pass, I wouldn't even be playing it. If we're being completely honest,
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
yeah, that's fair. Game Pass is huge for it. I think so. Reviews did come out for this today. It's sitting at like a 72 on Metacritic, which honestly about where I expected it.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I like the Rainbow Six gunplay. I know that it's. I know you guys. I don't,
I
but
don't.
yeah, I'm about half chub for this one, and we'll be giving our thoughts on it next week because we are going to be checking it out tomorrow or Friday. So
We are.
well, I am at least. I'll be giving thoughts at least. Next up, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Nintendo Switch, January 28th.
I am. Mm, I'm torn. That's what I am. Uh, yeah, fuck it. Let's go all out. I'm going fully torqued. They released the
Wow.
starters. They released the starters today. But they released a bunch of sprites got leaked, and they showed this like the versions of the starters that are going to be out. And
Yeah.
Typhlosion looks they did it without his flames, which is, I think is kind of different.
Hmm.
I think there's a reason for it, and he'll probably they might be like different color or something.
Hmm.
But
It's
yeah,
gonna be like Kratos getting the Blades of Chaos. It's just like
that's exactly what it's going to be.
yeah, I'm about half chub for this one. Um I just don't trust them to get this right on their first shot. Um
I think Sun and Moon was a good practice round.
yeah, I hope I'm wrong. I just don't have a lot of faith in them for what's going on here? What's the issue?
I
What's the
meant I
issue?
meant sword I meant sword and shield. I wasn't saying anything. No, it wasn't about you. I just realized in my head I said the wrong game.
I for some reason I knew what you meant, that's how my brain processed it. Obviously because we're the same person, but yeah,
Yeah.
um, I just it's a huge switch, and I don't know if I fully trust them to get this right, and I haven't seen enough, so I'm gonna go half for now, um, and just
I
pray
mean,
that
this
I'm
is
wrong.
the only Switch game I'm buying all year, so it better be good.
Um, if the Breath of the Wild 2 comes out,
If that comes
yeah,
out, then I'll buy
okay.
two.
The
But
the
if
only
not,
one
then
the
just
only
the only
one
one.
dated will say for you.
The only
Uh,
one confirmed for this year.
Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection on PlayStation 5 and PC, also on January 28th.
It's a half chub.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird one. I wanted to throw it on there because I do plan on playing some of it.
I'm I'm not paying. That's where I'm at.
uh, I'm gonna go. We'll go quarter chub as well. It's not like
Yeah.
I haven't had it marked on my calendar or anything, but yeah, I'm excited to see the improvements and stuff. Dying Light 2, Stay Human on all platforms, February 4th.
Um,
I'll go first.
yeah.
I'll say for right now, I'm about quarter chub. I played Dying Light 1, didn't love it. I played almost through the entire game. Um, they keep posting on their socials like it's going to take 500 hours to beat this game, and
I keep seeing
uh,
that.
there's like a billion words in this game. It's like that doesn't mean anything. As a
Doesn't
matter
mean
of fact, it turns me off. But
if
I'll leave
a
it quarter chub.
if a game takes 500 hours, I'm all the way out. I
Yeah,
don't have time for like 10-hour games aninimore. I'm
they
I'm looking up
they
gameplay right now because I don't know what the fuck this is.
they clarified and said that it was like 100 hours to do the main story and all the side quests, but for all
That's still too long.
outcomes, it's a very long. Yeah, it's still
Dude,
and
I loved AC Valhalla. That's like 60 hours and I didn't finish it.
yeah. Um, and also, Steve-O just jumped in the chat. If whoever's in here, if you're excited for any of these games or you're horny for any of these games, leave your rating. Again, for anyone who's new, it's flaccid when you're not excited, quarter chub, you're a little excited. Half chub, you think you're in. Erect, you're in. You're excited, and then fully torqued, you just like may stay up until midnight. To you might be, you know, looking through the back. You might be sneaking in the back of Walmart to get a copy of it. That's where we're at. So next, so did you give a horny rating for Dying Light 2?
No, I don't. So is this just like a open world where it's chaos?
It's parkour zombies, bro. We're going through the
Parkour
list.
zombies. Parkour zombies. I'm saying based on that concept alone, half job.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You got. I think you got to check out the first one. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
Next up, we got
yeah, I don't
Sifu.
know that.
Sifu out on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 on February 8th.
I should have done some research before I came today.
This was the
That's
game
on
that we
me.
looked at, the fighting
Yes,
game.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm
Uh, erect.
erect. I'm right there with you. This game looks sick. I can't wait to try it, and it's a perfect amount of space. You know, they're getting this out early enough where the big hitters are coming later in the month, so I'll still be able to I'll get to play this and not have to worry about um the next up on our list. We have Horizon Forbidden West,
Dude,
PlayStation
there are
5,
so
PlayStation 4,
many games on
February
this list.
February 18th.
Boy. Oh, I'm fully torqued. That's not even.
Yeah. This was on our list
If
last
this is
time.
fully torqued is here, trying to do this reversed. I'm about
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I like 11:59 p.m. on February 17th. I, you know, just pre-cum galore.
I think I'm taking the day off to play it. I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I took the Friday that comes off, the Friday that it comes out off, and then Monday off as well. Steve said bricked up. That's maybe we gotta add that. See, the ultimate form. We get one bricked up for the entire show. All right.
Uh,
Next up, we got Destiny 2: The Witch Queen out on all platforms, February 22nd.
flaccid. I haven't played
Really?
Destiny. I haven't played Destiny in like 3 years. I don't care anymore.
Same. The thing is, I want to want it.
Yeah. Oh no, I want to be able to hop back in, but they make it so fucking hard that it's not worth it.
Yeah, so just what I've kind of gathered so far for this is like this is where Destiny 3 would have started. Like this is technically like that people are this is like the hard reset, graphical enhancements, everything is next gen, all of this stuff. So and they removed a bunch of Destiny 2 content. So it feels like this is like
Why
almost like a restart.
just call it Destiny the Witch Queen?
Because they already had a Destiny. So
They didn't have a
um
Destiny the Witch Queen.
I guess you're right. Um I gotta stick quarter here because I can't pretend like I'm not playing this when it comes out. I got Horizon. Um and then
I mean,
we
so the way I see it is, when do you realistically see yourself playing it?
um sometime late in March, potentially April.
Well, no, you can't because you have Assassin's Creed 2 to play through.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Son of a bitch.
Listen, man. You just said, look at all these games on this list.
You're a son of a bitch.
So yeah, I'll go quarter. Just because I want to, some of the best memories I have is when you, Steven and I were playing Destiny like every day,
Original
and
Squad.
then yeah, I just yeah, I want to love this. I want to give it a try again. Next up, we got Elden Ring out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, February 25th.
I'd say I'm erect.
Yeah, I'm about the same. This is not, we have no varying opinions here. I'm right there with you. Souls like games have never really been my thing. Even the games that aren't like it, like Demon Souls, which isn't like brutally hard, where I was progressing, it just like hasn't been the thing for me. But this is like the Pokemon Arceus, like, but I just trust FromSoft to get it right before I would trust Pokemon developers to get it right. Um, so yeah,
That's fair.
I'm about erect for this one. When will I play this when it comes out? I don't know because I'm going to be so invested in Horizon, depending on how long that game is. But I do wanna play this. Next up, we have Gran Turismo 7 out on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, March 4th.
Is there a thing below flaccid? That's about where I'm at.
It's
I
like
don't fucking. I don't
be,
care.
being out at midnight on last Saturday when it's like -10 wind chill.
It's
Um,
like instead of us being bricked up, it's bricked up outside, and we're out there.
yes. Yeah, same. Don't care about racing games at all whatsoever. Sorry. Kirby and the Forgotten Land on Nintendo Switch, March 25th.
This moved the meter actually a little bit. This is just flaccid. I
Um,
don't fucking care about Kirby either, quite honestly.
oh man, I'm like I know that I'm somewhere between quarter and half. Um,
That seems a little too high.
I can't commit to half. We'll go quarter chub for this. They showed a little bit more gameplay. It looks really interesting. I no Kirby game has ever really been like this. Um, and that might be a good thing. It might be a bad thing. I just don't know yet. Um, but I'm always interested in new things, like people trying new things. Um, yeah, I'll keep an eye on this one for sure. Um, yeah, and it's coming out March 25th, so not too long. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands out on all platforms.
Also, March 25th. That I'm bricked up. Don't even get me
Wow,
started, dude. You talk
nice.
the Borderlands game with Andy Samberg? Come on. That's not even
Um,
that's incredible.
so Steven said an innie would be the lowest. Um,
I
damn,
don't like
bro.
that.
I kind of
That's a Virginia.
I Hey, Virginas can be horny too. So for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, I'm gonna give erect. Um, I was really excited for it, and the last gameplay, I forgot where it was, maybe the PlayStation Showcase. I like just didn't know 100% what was going on. So
Don't need to. Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna go erect. I still am really excited to play it. I'll go erect for this one. It's gonna be day one, I think, as long as if it Metacritic comes out and it's like this is literally the worst fucking thing we've ever played.
I'm still buying it and playing it. Are you kidding me? I don't
For
care.
Forspoken, PlayStation 5, PC, May 24th.
Foreskin. I'd say I'm about half chub to erect. Like
Yeah.
a little bit more messing around, I'd be erect.
Yeah, I need a little more foreplay here.
Yeah.
Where like I'm in that same. Oh, I'm gonna say erect. It looks interesting enough. It looks fresh. The story seems fresh enough. I trust the writers, the original creative writers for this, and Amy Henning and Gary Whitta. Um, I'm gonna go erect for now. You do one false move and I'm falling down. I'm ready to go.
But my thing is it's easier to get up than it is to get down.
Huh? What? Hmm.
Expect you to
That's
think about that so much.
well. Yeah. These are the important questions in life, in my opinion. Is it easy?
When you're bricked
You're
up, it's
right.
harder to
You're
get.
right. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right. You're right. For sure. For sure. Actually, I don't know why I had to even think about that.
this is
I
a
just
family
know.
show.
I just know like one. Fuck, isn't that? Um, unless you. No, never mind. There are like
Alabama? Okay.
there. Stop what I was gonna say. We're already taking shots at Republicans earlier. We gotta.
They're the same crowd. It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. We already took one shot at that direction. Um, uh, I don't even know where the fuck we. Oh yeah, I'll say a rec for Forspoken.
Yeah, there
But
we go. We're
they
there.
do one fucking weird thing. They stick a finger at my butt and I'm out. Um,
Speak for yourself.
that's personally and respectfully. Saints Row, August 23rd. That's a big jump. We got a lot of games here that don't have release dates. Those are going to be later. We're not skipping out on those. That's why the big jump from May to August. Saints Row on
Yeah.
all platforms. Where you at?
I have to keep looking at my thing. I'd say about quarter chub. I think that's where
Yeah,
I'm resting right now.
yeah. I'm there with you. Um, I like that it got delayed. That's promising because it just we heard about it when in August, I believe, and then are kind of getting it
Yeah.
now, somewhere around then. It seemed, yeah, I this is good. You got enough distance between. I mean, unless something is announced soon, you got enough distance between all the other games coming out. Um, I'm between quarter and half for this one. But yeah, we'll stick a quarter with the philosophy that it is easier to get up than to go down. We got Starfield coming up next, John. Xbox Series X/X and PC only, November 11th.
Oh, this one's tough. I feel like I haven't seen enough to really be fully in yet. I think I'm at half chub. I think that's where I'm
Yeah, we obviously haven't seen very much.
basically anything.
We saw a cinematic trailer for this. So it would be a little goofy to say
Don't
that
do it.
I'm a fully
Don't.
fucking torqued. I
Oh
cannot
my god.
fucking wait for
You do
Starfield.
this all the time, and then the game is bad or it's buggy, and then you get
It's
upset.
it's not gonna happen. It's this
You
game.
said that with Cyberpunk. What happened?
Hey, listen, I may be dumb. I'm really excited for Starfield.
There it is.
I really just can't. I just can't look at fully torqued for Starfield. We got Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl on Xbox
Can't
Series X
remember
slash X,
which
PC, December 8th.
one this is.
This is
Um,
the last game that we have a date for. I am going to say that I am erect for this game. Um, this game looks insane. The graphical fidelity for this game just looks so Unreal Engine 5, I believe. Um,
can't
Steve-O,
believe myself.
is that for Starfield? Um,
What do you say?
Steve-O said I'm kind of erect for it, TBH. Um, yeah, for
Good man.
Stalker 2, I'm gonna say erect.
I don't know. I just see a Ferris wheel right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Okay. Um,
Uh,
it's
I don't know what the fuck
post
this is.
it's a first person shooter, post apocalyptic. Um,
So it's
you know,
Dying Light, but
n-
spookier.
I think well, there's no parkour. Steve said Starfield. Yeah, yeah, we're in this together,
Well,
Steven.
I don't think I care much for this.
That,
I think I'm at like quarter chub, based on concept.
there you go. While you're over there with your quarter chub for Starfield, Steven and I are you know cranking our hogs for Starfield.
Yep.
All right, that was the last of the dated games. We still got a list here for games that are supposed to be coming out this year. First up on the
Fucking big
list,
list too.
Bayonetta 3 for Nintendo Switch.
See, this one's tough for me because as far as games go, I'm about flaccid. As far as horny goes,
No,
say I'm about half chub.
no, I'm fully torqued. I love the series
In
so
both
much.
capacities or just one?
Bofa.
Okay. I've never played any of them, so I got
You
no
should. You really
idea.
should. Um,
I'm good.
they're really good. They're really fucking fun. I've been excited for this. It was one of the first games that I played. The series was one of the first games that I played when I got my Switch. I missed out on it when it came out. Um, yeah, it's definitely one you should check out at some point. And maybe you'll get that half all the way up to fully torque with me. But yeah, can't fucking wait. Ghostwire Tokyo, PlayStation 5 and PC.
This is.
It was announced at the PlayStation Showcase. It was shown again at the most recent one. It was that like
Like looks like Astral Chain.
no, it's in this like it's in Tokyo. But it's
Oh,
like it's kind of a horror game, but
okay. Yeah.
it looked a little more action the last time they showed it.
Looks like you can pet a dog in the game. Otherwise I would not be interested, so I'll put it at half chub just for the dog.
I'm at quarter. I was about at half before they showed a little bit more of the gameplay, and it looked a little less horror and a little more action y. And I don't know. Maybe when we see more, I'll get back there, but I just can't get there right now. John,
Bricked up.
God of War,
Yeah,
Ragnarok.
bricked up. This is my game of the year. I already
Boy,
talked.
it hasn't come out yet. You already decided. PlayStation 4,
Yeah.
PlayStation 5, not a date yet. PlayStation did kind of reiterate that it was coming this year though, in a little blog post that they had talking about games coming this year. Not really confirming it, but it's just, they just talked about it again. Obviously bricked up. Obviously
Yeah.
fully torqued. It's yeah. Um these are Steve-O said bricked up. Yeah, these are the pillars of my gaming year. The one of the two of the three, Forbidden West, Ragnarok, and a little game we're gonna talk about later. But yeah, duh. Gotham Knights out on every platform.
I'd say about half chub. This looks like a fun game and night thing.
This is not Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. This is a different Batman
Yeah,
game.
I know. You get there's 4 different characters. It's multiplayer.
Gotham Knights?
Yeah, I'm almost positive.
What? Okay. I am the one who didn't know what this was. Um
It's Batgirl, Nightwing, uh, and 2 of the Robins, I believe.
oh wait, this is the one where Batman's dead, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm dude. Okay. Yeah. This and um Suicide Squad I'm interested in a little bit. I fall between quarter and half. Just because I don't love DC. I never have been invested in any DC comic universe. But if the gameplay's fun enough, I don't care. And I
uh,
think if they can nail that, then I'll be in.
I think this is supposed to be done similarly to like the Arkham series, which I was real big on. So I'm in on this.
Brave Toad said spoiler. If you're talking about Batman's dead,
In the trailer.
it's in the trailer. Yeah,
It's
it's
literally the basis
the
of the game.
yeah. um, Hogwarts Legacy on every platform, John. You get to be
It was
your own
first
wizard.
announced. I was really excited about it. I don't know where I stand now. I think I'm like half chub.
Okay.
I think if I could make my like create a character like Skyrim create a character, then I'm at erect. Because I'll make the ugliest wizard that's ever lived.
Um, Brave Toad said he's bricked up for this one. This is a similar situation with Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad, where I don't give a fuck about the IP. I don't care about Harry Potter. But if they could get the gameplay right, then I would be interested. I'm quarter right now.
That's fair.
Yeah. I do care about this IP though. We got Lego Star
Yes.
Wars, the Skywalker Saga on every platform.
I'm erect.
I'm erect. I'm erect.
Yeah. This
Um,
looks so fucking fun.
Yeah, I just if there were, if playing video games was the only thing I ever had to do, I would set aside time to go back and replay all of these Lego games that I played when I was younger. Because they were so fun, dude. And this new one coming out in the limited amount that we've seen, I'm really fucking excited.
I saw, I think, Lego The Incredibles on Game Pass, and every time I pass by it, I think about getting it. But I know I just
Yeah,
don't have the time.
yeah, it's crazy because yeah, hopefully this comes out in a time where we're
Well,
looking for something to play. But
this is
yeah, I'm
9 games. This is
yeah.
episodes 1 through 3 that they did one game for, and then 4 through 6, and then 7 through 9. That's so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it though. I'm excited. Steve said the Lego games are low key. Um,
Yeah.
Facts. Marvel's Midnight Suns on every platform.
Oof.
This is one where you make
Uh,
your own. You remember this one?
you make you make your own character, but I think it's like strategy and like turn based.
He's maybe turn based, but strategy for sure.
So I think that knocks it down a bit for me. I would have been erect. I think I'm at like half chub.
I am quarter chub. Um, where it's kind of the flip of what we've been talking about, where I do care about the IP. I think the story looks really cool and really interesting, but I just don't know if the gameplay could get me there. Um,
Yeah.
you know, hopefully, the more that we see, the more I'm interested. But as of right now, I can't commit to a
We
halfer.
can skip the next one. The next one on the list if you want. We don't have to, you don't have to put that in at all, quite honestly.
Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope on Nintendo Switch.
I don't fucking care. This might be the lowest of anything we've talked about. I don't give a single shit. You didn't have to add this to the list.
Uh, I,
I wouldn't have even known this was coming out. I'm gonna forget when this is over that this is coming out.
I'm at quarter chub for this one. I played the original one on Switch. I didn't love it as much as everyone else did. I kind of respected it for what it was, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun enough. Probably not playing it day one. If I could find it Black Friday or something for $30, $20 eventually, maybe. If I'm desperate for something new, but yeah. Um,
Take that out of the Walmart clearance bucket when it's $3. I mean, what are you talking about? 20 bucks?
I'm stealing this from my local Walmart.
Yeah, you do not work hard enough for your money. You're spending 20 bucks on this shit.
Redfall on Xbox Series X/S and PC, developed by Arcane.
That's I was gonna say, is this a Bethesda thing? Because that's what I thought. They have a lot of good faith with me right now. I'd say I'm half chub.
I'm fully torched.
All right.
I've never played every Arcane game I've ever played has been one of my favorite games ever. Dishonored, Prey, Deathloop. There's
Played
no reason.
one and
What?
it was Deathloop. I've only played Deathloop.
Yeah, there's
So
no reason for me to believe that they won't nail this. It's new, first open player, multiplayer game. Um, I've been really feeling these um Left 4 Dead style games, the four player against the computer or whatever. Yeah, I'm definitely in. I think they'll nail this. They the way that they create AI in their games, with the enemy AIs and stuff, makes me believe that this is gonna be really interesting and really fun to play with the boys. So yeah, fully torts. Love Arcane. Sonic Frontiers out on all platforms, John. Where we at?
um, I'd say I'm erect.
Yeah,
This looks like it's up my alley.
I'm erect, and I know that I shouldn't be. It's one of those things where you just you've been fooled a couple times here. I've been fooled a couple times, playing
Yeah,
these 3D Sonic games.
I was gonna
Um,
say I sure should haven't.
and they haven't been uh good. Um,
Most aren't.
but I still okay, no, I wouldn't say that. A lot of the most recent ones in the mid 2000 ones. Um, we had a couple good ones there.
So you get one out of every 15. Sonic Heroes was good.
We're not getting into this. Sonic that I know that I shouldn't be. I know that this most likely is not going to be a good game, but I'm still bricked. Not bricked, sorry. I'm erect. I would be bricked. Maybe I could get there. Maybe I could. I fucking love Sonic. Maybe we get to a point where I can be bricked up for it, but I gotta protect my heart and my cock. Splatoon 3, Nintendo Switch.
Uh, Lesson for life as a whole.
That's what we're here for.
Uh, yeah, no, I don't give a shit about this. I'm flaccid, soft as can be. Like
I'm
I said, I
I'm
don't. Switch games are not my thing. I don't fucking
I'm with you
not my
on uh, Splatoon Flaccid.
Splatin.
Just don't. you know, I wish that there was a way to get there because you're literally just blasting gamer goo everywhere in this game. It should be for us, but unfortunately, that's not. Steve Spaghetti in the chat says, and it's all forgiven because Sonic Adventure 2 is a masterpiece. My man, absolutely.
Yeah, never played it. Don't care.
Same with Assassin's Creed for me. The Lord of the
Yeah, well,
Rings Golem out on
it's actually
play
a good game.
PlayStation 5. Oh, it's on every platform apparently.
Yeah, I'm erect for this. Lord of the Rings platformer. Come on, you can't tell me
I am
that's not
flaccid.
enticing.
I'm not
Oh,
interested in this
fucking
at all whatsoever.
you son of a bitch.
I don't fucking care about Lord of the Rings. I no, I'm good. Pass. At least we have someone here that'll cover it because I won't. Yeah,
You're
just not
a fucking
interested.
son of a bitch.
All right, we're getting to the end here. We're getting to the end. We have WWE 2K22, John. Where we at?
You keep adding these games I don't care about. I
What?
There
Wow.
have been like 15 other ones. I don't, they're all the fucking same. This one's gonna have a quarter of the roster. WWE cut everybody. They fired 70 people this year. Like what? I'm
Hold on, hold on,
flaccid.
hold on, hold on. Did you see that they renamed Walter
Gunther. Gunther.
Gunther
Yeah.
Stark, who was a
Yeah.
Nazi?
Yeah. Did you see there is a new wrestler from Japan and they put her in a Sailor Moon outfit? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over this. We don't need we can I'm flaccid. I don't need this.
Um. Oh, you got Nick. You got Nick bricked up in the chat.
Yeah. Knew that was
Um.
coming.
Hey man, listen.
Being horny
I
isn't a crime.
I no 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 no. I'm talking about WWE 2K22.
Talking about Gunther.
I am quarter chub.
Dude, it's just gonna be Hulk Hogan versus fucking
I
Roman
so
Reigns.
so this is the thing. They finally looked at themselves and said, "This annual thing has been fucking us over. We got to take a step back and we got to really try to make this good." So, hopefully they took, they got together with NBA 2K, which has been that those games are good.
Mhm.
Hopefully, you know, made something that's worth making here.
But I mean, how my thing is, and I don't put this on the developers. How do you make a good game when half of the characters, more than half, get chopped off before the game's done?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I haven't been really invested in wrestling, but wrestling games have always been my thing. I've always loved wrestling. I don't like fighting games, but I like wrestling games. Uh,
Wrestling games are more fun.
yeah, okay.
Can't
Um,
have ladder matches in Tekken.
yeah. See, okay, you get it. Yeah, I am optimistic a little bit, but obviously,
If
but
they didn't
it's
release everybody, I'd be more excited for this.
yeah. The fact that I haven't watched or anything doesn't really, so that like that aspect doesn't hit me as hard. So,
It
all right,
will.
John. John, okay. John. Ready, John? Last game. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel, Nintendo Switch.
Is that coming out this year? Are we sure? Because
It's
my
slated.
inside source, John Townsend, is saying that it's not coming out this year.
Yeah. It's slated. It has a date, and until it's officially delayed, it is slated for this year.
All right, so I'll do this now, and then when it doesn't come out and it comes out next year, I'm going to lower the rating for that. I'd say right now I'm bricked up.
Yeah, I am
If it comes out in
obviously
2023, I'm knocking that all the way down to a wrecked.
all the way down. Um, there's not a single thing in this world that could ever make me lose blood rushing to the head of my dick for this
Okay,
game. Um,
there we go. First part
I
of that sentence didn't really make sense to me.
I cannot fucking oh my god. This is another one where this is the gaming pillars of my year. And this one, the pillar might be crashed down and we might not even get it and I'm just stuck with the two I'm still happy with, but this is obviously this is the one for me. If this comes out this year, then this is it. Like this is where you are with God of War. This is my game of the year. So yeah, I really fucking hope it hits. I hope actually I hope that it's ready to hit. Nintendo wouldn't release this when if it's not ready to be released, but um yeah, Steve-O said I coomed. Yeah, I
He's
just
not wrong.
I can't wait. Um there's a lot of games. A lot of them, one or both of us were half or more. And that
I think it's better than last year's.
well,
Last
last
20
year's
meter was not this good.
well, also we were doing half the year, half of 2021 because we started this in June.
True.
Um, but yeah, and these, we'll see how many of these are actually standing or actually come out in 2022. With delays. Stalker was supposed to come out in April. It got delayed till December. You know, Starfield already sitting in November. If it happened to Halo, it
Really
could happen to
impressed.
you. So, um,
I mean, I'm trying to run through this real quick and see what I think will get delayed. Starfield's definitely up there.
yeah,
Uh, Stalker, I could see. God of War, I think is definitely coming out this year. Um, Redfall, I could see getting pushed, and Zelda, I see getting pushed.
yeah, yeah. I
I think
agree, but hopefully not.
Sonic too. If that doesn't have a release date, I can see that getting pushed.
Yeah, because when Sonic Forces came out in like 2017, so I don't know. I guess we'll see.
What year is
Um,
it? 2022?
yeah,
20. Yeah, so it's been
2020. Yeah,
5 years.
but it's an open world Sonic game. It's completely different. So
Yeah, it's just you run fast over bigger spaces now instead of on a
it,
track.
you do have to indeed go fast. All right, that's it for the topic. This is probably our longest episode ever.
It's
John
our first
John
two-part episode too, technically.
John earlier today said that we should have other news stories in case we didn't talk about Activision Blizzard long enough.
Well, hang on. To be fair, we lost 15 minutes to power, at least 15. So we had to pick up and repeat ourselves in the first part of this one.
For 10 seconds. The first
Yeah.
line that I said. Anyways, thank you guys for coming to hang. Really appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Just a reminder, patreon.com/John Squared Games. Start in February. Gift card giveaways. Don't let my beautiful brother get away with getting a $25 gift card for $10. I mean, he still might, but just depending on who wins, the luck of the draw.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
what the fuck? He's a genius.
Yeah,
He's
he said,
about to
"Yeah."
rob us.
um, but yeah, appreciate you guys. Like, sub, share, whatever. Until
Sub,
next week. Until next
you
week.
say that?
Sure. Stay horny. Stay hydrated. Peace.